Oh, yeah. We're in the Lake District. Actually, we're in Griezdale Forest. I'm going to meander around here for 2 days. This place is very popular with mountain bikes, as you can see. They also hold motocross rallies here, but it's just a case of having a wander. I am camping to the south, but I've booked myself into a little campsite tonight. I just want to get some miles in, and I've got the loadout, 99.9% of the loadout that I'll be carrying on the Cape Wrath next month or start of May. So I've got a new tent for the walk, new sleeping bag and bits and bobs like that, which we'll see later. But it's very easy going, as you can see. All proper tracks. And the reason why I'm doing this is, well, I've got a dodgy right knee. That's a bit poorly, let's say. So I just want to get some miles in on easy ground instead of going up into the hills. Alright then, let's get round Griezdale. The route I had planned was like a big figure of 8. I wasn't starting off in Griezdale, but where I wanted to park, where I planned to park, was in Hawkshead. And there's 2 car parks. There's a National Trust one which you pay for. Well, I've got no problems with paying, but only gave you so many hours, and I didn't want to risk getting a fine. And the other place that I was planning to park, that I thought was a community centre, was actually a school where you can park for free with a honesty box basis in Hawkshead. But because it's Sunday, I didn't fancy leaving my car there and tomorrow school being open. So I changed it, and I've come to the north end of Griezdale Forest, and I wasn't even planning to walk around any of this part. And I've parked my car in a little car park called High Cross. So that's where I am. So I'm changing my route, and I was going to go Griezdale Visitor Centre tomorrow on the way back up to Hawkshead, but I'm going to go there today, I think, because where I was planning to get some breakfast, obviously that's changed. I'll see if anything was open there. Also, it's meant to be quite a decent place, tourist centre. So that's where we are. Right, a mile in now, just taking our time. You've got Coniston Water to my right, down there with Coniston, which you know quite well. But it's very easy going. Brilliant for motorbikes, mountain bikes. Brilliant for those who've got prams. Brilliant for gravel bikes. So I expect to see quite a lot of people out and about today, because obviously it is a Sunday. The weather's sunny, but we're due rain, I think. Anyway, let's keep going. So even though we've got a lot of this like gravel path, the whole forest is intersected massively by little routes like this. So you can basically go anywhere you want. And those into mountain biking, I believe there's a lot of black routes on through these woods as well. I take it that means danger and scary. But we're just going to keep it easy as much as we can. Just walking on the gravel path. Trying to get the views when we can through the trees, but it's still very pleasant with this weather. Hopefully you can see it just peeking through the trees down there. Coniston Water, looking very pretty. We're about 3/4 away from Griezdale now itself, the visitor centre. This place has been very busy with mountain bikes. I think there's a black route there. They've gone now, but I've been stood here for 5 minutes. I was just walking down here and there was 2 red kites flying over the valley. But they seem to have disappeared now and I couldn't catch them. It was a great sight to watch. It was a lovely part, this, lovely part, different part of Lake District. It really is nice. Check these trees out, size them all down. I think there's 1, 2, is that 3 and 4? It's like they've been down, oh no, 4, 5 of them. One through there I think as well. Must have been big things. We're just coming up to the Griezdale Visitor Centre now. I think it's got a go ape and you've got all sorts of stuff here for people. So we'll go in and we'll just see if we can get something to eat. It's about 6.5 miles we've done to get to here. So it'll be nice to have a brew now and have a chill. Hire bikes down there, so that's pretty cool. And up these steps, loos and a cafe. We just left Griezdale now. On the end of that visitor centre, become very busy. Well, it's a Sunday, why not? It's a lovely spot. It's one of the areas in the lakes that everyone seems to go to. I'm glad I didn't actually follow my prescribed route. I'm just making this up as I go along, really, which is cool. We do end up, as we were heading down the valley, we're meandering down the valley to a place called Satterthwaite. That's where my little campsite is, and that's where there's a pub. The only pub for about 10-15 miles, and they only sell beer that's brewed within 20 miles of Satterthwaite. So we'll have to sample a pint or two I think later, but for now we're back on normal tracks, heading back into the woods. And as I'm not wild camping, I can get into the campsite from 2 o'clock onwards. So we've got a couple of hours to go yet. So I think I'll get there because I've got my new tent, the lightweight one I'm using for the Cape Wrath. I have practiced putting it up in the old garden, but I've not used it yet in anger, i.e. out on the ground. And I've got a few other new bits and bobs as well. Sleeping bag, sleeping mat, etc. So it'd be nice just to get set up and then have a chill, go for a pint. Might as well, it's a little holiday for 36 hours, isn't it? Little holiday. So that's the intention. None of this get there late and set up as we do in wild camping. Again, it's been a great walk along these tracks. Been good for the knee, which has twinged slightly, but only when I've been going downhill. So another 5 weeks of taking it easy with non-impact stuff. I should be good to go for the Cape Wrath. But we're getting away from the populace of Griezdale now. We're still in the forest. And basically the big forest is a big bowl. I don't know if you can see through the trees. The main road is in the valley. The visitor centre's that way. So you've got a forest over that side, which I was going to walk along. But a lot of the paths are closed due to maintenance, so the sign said. So I've stayed on this side that we started off. But it's still lovely. Let's keep going. Sun's gone and the weather can't make its mind up at the moment. I think I've felt a few spots of rain, just a few. About 8.5 miles. As I said, I'm just making this route up. We're just meandering from there. Satterthwaite is down there somewhere, so I'm trying to come from behind it really, but you are restricted depending which way the paths go. But there's a few, but there's less mountain bikes routes hit on this side, the southern side of Griezdale, I'd say, than was at the north, i.e. little tracks you can cut off. It's just gone about 1. I can get the campsite at 2. So with the weather changing, I'm just walking slowly, taking my time, because it is nice. I love walking in woods, but I want to get to the campsite and set up really and just chill out, because it's like, as I said, it's like a little holiday. A couple of hours away from your home, from everything. Not wild camping, so you ain't got the stress of trying to find somewhere to pitch and all that sort of stuff. So I was trying to really reset my mind and relax. We've come to the top of this little hill now, and if you can make it out in the dead ground, Satterthwaite should be somewhere. Well, let's keep going. There's Satterthwaite down there, them white buildings. That's still Griezdale Forest coming down. On the other side of that is Lake Windermere. We're going to just keep following this now, and hopefully we'll come to a little B road, the one that cuts through the little hamlet. And then we won't be far from the campsite, which isn't on the map I'm using, but it's the far side. So I believe. Alright then, hopefully we'll get in before the rain just started again. Let's keep going. That's me at Griezdale Campsite now. Pretty basic. But there's loads of these lovely little pods though. Loads of these. And you can have little campfires. I think they provide the kindling and stuff. So I might do that tonight, depends. Doubt it. 10 miles that was bang on. My original route was 9 and a bit, so quite happy with that. So this is where you camp with one-man tents. The main Campsite's down there, he said, it's just a bit flooded at the moment. But this is pretty flat here, so I'm just going to get sorted out here and get the tent up. So there we are, all set up. I'm in my new tent and rocking the Big Agnes Copperspur ultralight one person tent. Inside I've got a few new bits and bobs that I'll be taking on the Cape Wrath. I was umming and ahhing about tents, and this wasn't what I was going for, but I decided to because I like the way it looked. I wanted one where you've got the option of putting the fly sheet up first and then putting the inner up, and then in the morning, if it's bad weather, taking the inner down. Because the way I'll be using this, the inner will stay inside the rucksack and the outer, wet or not, will go in the stretchy pouch on the outside of my Bergen, the way I've carried it today. So hopefully, regardless of the weather, when I start walking through the Highlands, I can try and keep the inner tent dry as possible. That's the intent anyway. It's very light. I'm not going to give you the specs, there's loads of videos on them, and I like the way you can make this little awning, and that's just come in handy because it started to rain while I was set up, and I could actually get my Bergen, or my rucksack sorry, underneath the little awning and get everything out in the dry. Let's have a look inside. Tons of room inside. It's like a 1.5 person tent, and I've also bought this netting which fits it, which is designed for it. It just gives me a bit more storage space, so I'm super happy with the tent. I've got a very light, I'm not sure of its weight, but it's super light, black snow down sleeping bag, and inside there I've got a sleeping bag liner. I'm not sure what I've used it before. It's Cedar Summit anyway. I've got a new Cedar Summit pillow, which is like velvety, bit bigger and slightly heavier than the Trekology, but a lot more comfortable. And I've now got the Thermarest, what everyone seems to have, sleeping mat. Right, it's 2:30. The pub's half a mile away, so I think I'm going to have a quick walk up there, have an hour or two in there, then come back. Here's my little holiday. Alright then, I'll see you in a bit. Satterthwaite, I don't know, I've been calling it all day. Satterthwaite or something like that. It's terrible. My eyesight's shocking. And I don't even bring my proper reading glasses out. I bring like the set of disposable ones because they're really thin and really thin case. It's a nightmare trying to read a map. But here we are, just entering it now. And the campsite's literally just beyond them woods.
It wasn't really scary.
Right, we've had 1 or 2 pints. That was nice. Something nice to eat. It was one of them lovely pubs as well. Do you know, muddy boots, dogs welcome. It was really, I like them sort of pubs. And I could have stayed there till 10 o'clock till it's shut, to be honest. But no, we've got to be sensible. So I'm heading back to the campsite now. But I had something to eat there. I thought, you know what, as I keep saying, it's a little holiday. So poke the camping meal that I brought for my dinner. Get back and hopefully get the England game on. And then the forecast is meant to be -1 tonight with sunshine tomorrow. So I've deliberately not charged things up, because hopefully one of the other things I'm testing out tomorrow will be sunny, hopefully, for the 10 miles heading back towards the car with the solar charger I've got. So I'm going to use, for the Cape Wrath, I'm taking 2 power banks with me, and so I'm going to smash one tonight and charge everything up for my phone. and I think I'll go. I'm bringing with me. Well, I've got with me 4 GoPro batteries, so I'm going to charge the 2 up I used today as well. And then for the walk back tomorrow, it'll just be interesting to see how much the power bank gets charged, because we are due sunshine tomorrow. That's the forecast. Going to clear up tonight, the weather. It's meant to be raining now, but it's not, which is cool. It's meant to dip to about -1 throughout the night for a sunny day tomorrow. But we are on the lakes, aren't we? So God knows, it could be pouring down in the morning and we'll be fog bound, but we'll see. So I'm heading back to the campsite now, back to the tent. I think I'll get sorted out. I'm not going to shower tonight. The shower's there, but I'm a bit of a walk away, so I'm fine for that. I'll go down and just have a good wash and everything, I think. But I'm going to get back now, get a brew on, watch the England game. Brew time. That's it now. In the night clothes, all chilled out, just stretched out. One thing I have forgot to bring, I always bring a bag, like a dry sack for clothes, for my day clothes, in case they're wet. Because they're not going to dry out overnight, so I like to put them away so they don't, I think, bring dampness to the tent. But I've just got a pile there because I forgot that. So that's one thing I need to sort out. I've given myself a slap on the wrist, forgot to bring a rubbish bag out with me. Luckily I'm on a campsite and there's a bin literally 50 metres away, so I've got away with that one. But the tent's great, I'm really happy with it. We'll see what the sleeping bag's like, but I know it'll be alright with the sleeping bag liner. I'm happy with the netting that I've bought. You can see some above me, got stuff piled on it. Netting that comes with a tent, so that's cool. I'm just trying to get everything ready for the Cape Wrath. 17 days, 16, 17 days on a trail is a long time. You've got to be squared away and have everything where you want it. My base weight was about 12.5 kilograms. Then you've got to add water and then food. With food, I'm going to be carrying 7 days. And then there's a place I think is called Kinross Craft Shop down the trail. I've emailed them and I can send a package to them, so I'll be sending food to them. And then when I get to Ullapool, I'll be having what I'm calling R&R. I'm in a hotel for 2 nights. I'll be getting there late whatever evening, having the full day off, starting again the next day. And they've also said I can send a care package, so I'm not having to carry 16, 17 days of food, which is cool. I don't know how people carry 9-10 kilogram. I really don't. I'm as light as I can. Really, I'm really, for me, I'm light. When I did a coast to coast, I was carrying about 18 kilograms. I'm down to, when I weighed it today, it was 12 and a bit before water and then before food. And that's I know I'm at a limit. I can't literally strip anything else down. I'm as lightweight as I can go when I can afford. So that's me. So I'm just going to listen to football again now, having a brew. And then I'll go down to the toilets, have a wash, and have a chill. But it's obviously it's late. The clocks went forward today, so it's not going to be dark for a bit. So it's quite nice. And the forecasted rain, as yet, has not come in. Happy days. Good morning, it's 7 o'clock. Oh my God. Last night I watched the football. Then my intention was to come out and have a little walk round and this and that. So I put Netflix on. I had a few films downloaded and I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. Flat out. But it's really beautiful anyway. We got a tiny bit of rain last night. So everything's packed up, bar dropping a tent. And I'm just waiting to see if the sun does come out. But we're going to have some breakfast now, have a cup of coffee, and we'll be on our way. But what a lovely night in the Big Agnes Copperspur ultralight one. Really nice. There she is. That field there beyond the stone wall is the main campsite. Right, leaving here now. It's just about 7:15. I'm not sure what route I'm going to take, but I think I'm just going to hit the road through Satterthwaite, push up to Griezdale, the visitor centre, and then duck back into the wood, heading all the way to the top of the woods up to Griezdale. Alright, so it's not going to be particularly interesting in the first part, so I'll bring you back later. We're just leaving the campsite now. That little horse there, that's what you call it. Done about 3.5 miles straight from the campsite through Griezdale. Did you notice the last video? I think that's the Go 8 place for kids. Loads of stuff to do in the trees, mega high up, and a really long zip wire. So if you've got young kids, it looks like it could be mega fun. I've just turned off now into a car park that's called Moortop. This is a pay display one. And then we're going to start just meandering back through the woods now. There's no direct route to High Cross, a bit like yesterday. We'll just go onto the network system, and again it's all gravel paths again. That's where we are now. Head back to High Cross car park, but a good little walk along the roads. We're back into the woods. Right, that's me just approaching High Cross car park now. Hopefully the car will be alright, I'm sure it will be. It was a lovely 24 hours. A different side to the lakes, not like up in the mountains like over there. Really easy going underfoot. Still done 15 miles in 2 days, so that's not too bad. Allowed me to test and adjust a bit of my kit again for the Cape Wrath. So I really enjoyed it, really did. And Griezdale Visitor Centre looks good fun if you've got young families. That Go 8 side of life with all the climbing and the zip wires. And also, these tracks are absolutely great for mountain bikes, great for gravel bikes, and also great if you've got a young family with a pushchair. So a really accessible part of the lakes, and I really enjoyed it. A bit different to what I'm used to when I'm up somewhere remote. Alright then, I'm going to sign off now. Hope to get out once or twice more before I do the Cape Wrath. Alright, see you soon. Stay safe. Oh, and thanks for watching.